Okay, it's your turn. Is it your turn?
What does it mean if you perceive attack in certain forms to be unfair to you?
It means that there must be some forms in which you think it fair. Oh dear. For otherwise, how could some be evaluated as unfair? Some then are given meaning and perceived as sensible, and only some are seen as meaningless. And this denies the fact that all are senseless, equally without a cause or consequence, and cannot have any effects of any kind. Their presence is obscured by any veil that stands between their shining innocence and your awareness that it is your own, and equally belongs to every living thing along with you. God limits not, and what is limited cannot be heaven, so it must be hell.
Wow.
Now this paragraph is so great. If you can understand what it's saying, this really is very releasing. It's really helpful in learning how to answer calls for help. One of the reasons we don't answer calls for help is we think their attack on us is justified. We're afraid that we deserve that anger. And so when you know you don't deserve anyone coming after you, if they're coming after you, that's their stuff. You don't deserve it. Well, so you don't need to defend yourself because it's all their illusion. But when you think you deserve it, you see, you get frightened too. Because it's like saying, I'm not innocent either. I deserve this attack because I'm not innocent. So that's why it says, you're obscuring the awareness that both of you are innocent because you're not sure you are. So when you understand, can you see how much easier it would be when you feel threatened by someone's perspective on you? Because an attack really, is the idea someone's guilty. You've decided someone's guilty. So when someone's angry with you, what they're saying is you're guilty. Okay, well that means you're not innocent. Well, if you're afraid you might be guilty, you get frightened and you start counterattacking and say, no, I'm not guilty, you're guilty. And then, that's not fair. That's not, that's why when we really understand, Jesus is saying here, anyone who has ever attacked you or made you guilty your whole life, it was not just. It was coming out of their own unconfused perception, because we are innocent and deserve only love from each other and from God. Can you see how? So that's how we rewire our minds. We remember, I only deserve love, and that's why everyone else only deserves love, because we really are innocent. We're in dreams of guilt, and we're trying to save ourselves from the fear we're guilty by making each other guilty. So if you know when someone comes after you like that it's not because you're guilty, but it's because they're afraid they are. You can meet that with, I'm going to help you see you're not guilty, rather than be afraid that you're guilty. This is really important. So this paragraph, put a big circle around it and think about this. This is really important. No attack is justified. No attack from you and no attack on you. It's not justified. It's coming out of confused perception, and that's our job, is to unconfuse perception, so that so both of us can claim our innocence and quit being afraid we're guilty, and because of the fear of our guilt, attack each other and try to make someone else guilty, thinking it's saving us.
So how I see this is, and I guess I'm wrong, is that
Again,
when I see
I doubt
someone, when I see someone out there attacking me, I believe that I already had attacked myself in my mind.
Okay,
And that's what I'm seeing out there, is the mirror of what's going on in my mind.
If you feel attacked, to have someone try to make you guilty, and for you not to accept their attempt, is to not see. It means it's not in your mind anymore. If you take on that guilt, it's in your mind. But if they do it, see, we're in a world that's got people that need healing. Just like us, they don't know any other solution to their pain but to try to make someone else guilty, because that's our ego plan. We're all caught in this idea. So when it says, if you react to it like it's true, then you have the same idea of guilt. Yes, it's in your mind. But when you can see past what they're done, now you can answer their call. So just the fact someone attacks you doesn't mean that it's in your mind. They might have been sent to you to answer their call. You understand? It's if it brings up fear in you, then it means it's still and you can still take both of yours now to the Holy Spirit. But as you get your mind healed, people will still attack you because they don't know any better. But that doesn't affect you anymore. You don't react. So now it's not in your mind. You're there to help them. Can you understand the difference? So it depends on where you are. If you emotionally react, yes, it's still in your mind.
So no one really makes me angry.
No.
It's my own thoughts when I'm
Yeah,
angry.
your fear
I'm
that-
attacking.
Yeah, your fear that you really are guilty is what's making you angry. So if someone comes to say you are guilty and you're still afraid you are guilty, then that's in your mind. You're reacting to the fact you're afraid you're still guilty. It's not because they think it, you still think it. So once you don't think it, the fact that they think you're guilty, you can help them. So you're not thinking, you're not in agreement.
Okay.
It's always fear of guilt. All of our uncomfortable and angry, it's because we believe we're guilty in some way, and we are either with someone who agrees with us or is trying to convince us, but they're afraid of the same idea or they wouldn't be doing it. So that's why it's a joint journey of salvation, because we must believe in the same idea of guilt if we're sitting here doing it to each other. So we can release both of us together and see that based on the Course, he says our shining innocence is the only truth. We're all innocent, always. Everything else is the confused perception that we're trying to heal with the help of the Holy Spirit by choosing, right? Does that help?
Our shining innocence is the only truth.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. That's the same thing as sinlessness, you like that word.
We're big on grandeur too.
Yeah, right. Grandeur is good too. And we're getting another round of applause for that.